Well, howdy folks. I got into a little project here. No, it's not a motorcycle. It is a piece of equipment, but it has no wheels. You're looking at a Lucca Spaziale S1 espresso machine. Never worked on one of these before, but it is a what do they call it? H3, whatever, HEX boiler. You know, it's a twin boiler. It's kind of split in half. What it's doing, a friend of mine kind of, well, asked me to work on it. What it's doing, and I will show you. We got steam, and we've got hot water. What we don't have is anything coming out of the group head. Well, it's kind of petering out a tiny bit. My guess is the flow meter is probably plugged up. She said it was working when she put it away. Famous last words. And when she went to sell it, it wouldn't run shots. So some of the, sorry, I'm roasting coffee. Basic troubleshooting I did is I just checked the group head, make sure it wasn't plugged with a pick. And it's not. And obviously we are getting water, so we know it's heating. It's creating steam, so everything's coming out of there, but those run separate from the group head. So what we're gonna do is the flow meter. I'm gonna turn this thing off. Actually, I'll pause you guys and bring you back. Checking my roast. The flow meter, let's take out the water bin. The flow meter sits right up under here. So I've got to take this whole front piece off. I did start taking some of the sides off, and I thought I'm gonna go ahead and record this just in case the 10 or so people that watched my other espresso machine repair want to know about something like this. I thought, well, what the heck, you know, I'll go ahead and record it. So that is what I'm going to attempt to do. So yeah, I'm just going to unplug it and let it cool down. I don't want to be burning myself because then things do get kind of hot. Hold on a second, I'll be right back. So anyway, sorry, like I said, I'm roasting coffee. So yeah, it's an HX design. Now I've worked on the bigger ones. If any of you watched my other video, I think it's a Grandmaster. It just had one huge boiler, so this one is a little bit different. There are some screws up under here and there, and so this whole thing should pop off. I'm gonna have to be mindful of, no, it should be around that there, and see what kind of room we got to get down to the flow meter. I'll show you a better picture once I get that cover off. Like I said, I wasn't going to record this, and I thought, oh, what the heck, might as well. Yeah, so let me pop you down inside here, and you can see. Here's your tank, you know, your group head, your Parker solenoid. There's one there, one here, and all that stuff's working fine. So that's where it leads me to believe if she set this thing, and I'm sure, you know, since it's a tray type system, it probably just got plugged up. If I was a betting man, that'd be my guess. So let me get another Phillips. I got one there, and see what I'm going to need, and we will commence to at least taking the cover off this thing and kind of see, you know, what kind of room we're going to have, and if we can reach this flow meter without having to take a bunch of things apart. That's my goal. So hold on, back in a minute. Alright, let's take off some screws. I apologize. Like I said, I'm roasting. I am looking up piston rings. So remember these. Remember, guys, the short ones go into the face. So we'll throw those in the back so we don't get them confused. Well, yeah, my big head's in the way. Howdy. How am I going to get that thing out of there or get a wrench into there? Ah, dilemmas. Probably ought to get my flashlight. Scoot you over here. I probably ought to lower you down a bit too. I'm looking in there. I don't see. Hold on a minute. Let me get my flashlight. Got a flashlight. Oh, I see spider webs. Okay, that's an Allen. Problem is reaching. I don't have an Allen that long. Oh, it's mighty toasty in there. So, all right, and I'm not going to be able to get a wrench into there, but this where I'm tapping is the inlet side, so I may be able to tip it on his back and get that off of there. All right, let me see what I can find. Hold on a sec. All right, we got it propped up right here. Can't really see it too well, can you? Okay, let's see if we can get this off here. Come on. This may not work as well as I wanted it to, because I'm not going to be able to reach that. Well, crap. That looks to be... This is a 13 mil. 15 maybe? Definitely not a 14. Bigger than a 14. Let me... Geez, just when I think I got everything I need. Hold on a sec. Alright, there is a bolt underneath here for this shield right here. Let's see if we can take that out. Maybe give us a little more room. Hoping. Of course, that's going to be fun to get back down in there. See if that will. Of course it won't. You suck. There's another one in the back. But if I'm careful, maybe I can get those off of there. I'm trying, guys. There's that. There's that. It does have a tiny little washer. Tell you what, this table is one slippery sucker. Go ahead and tap it up out of there. Do a little tap, tap, tappy. Okay, got that one out. Okay, so that's out, that's out. And at least pull this aside a little bit. And I think that is a 16. Yes, maybe. Well, 16 is going to have to do, guys. What did I say? I was a 13? All right, here comes the water. Okay. I can't tell if it's plugged. So I've got a little pick right here. Man, I'm having to just take this sucker out of here, which is not going to be fun to do. Because there's just not a whole lot of room in there. I do believe that is the inlet side. I could be wrong. I'm looking here to try to follow it. That goes there. Still warm in here. That goes up. The right one? That could be. I know you can't see what I'm doing. I'll show you here in a sec. I'm trying to create some hose, this copper tube, and see where it's going. So that's the wire there. You know what? That's not going in behind the pressure gauge. Got stuff in my way. I don't think that wire. Okay. Well, that was not a decisive victory right there, I'll tell you right now. Might have to see if I can pull the air hose all the way over here. I don't know if it'll reach. But hold on a minute, let me see. I'm gonna see if I can get this other adapter off of here. Get a little better view of inside this flow meter. Okay, that's off. There is a screen in this thing. And a spring. Should have brought my magnet tool. Okay. That's the fitting, the adapter. And there is a screen right inside there, and it is blowing clean. I'm not seeing any debris on it. Okay, I guess then what we got to do is kind of put this back in here. Get this screwed back down in here. Jeez, oh Pete. I really need not to be roasting while I'm doing this stuff because he keep having to pause you guys. Hold on a second. All right, we're going to try a little quickie test here. I got the light under there. That is the inlet side. I can't get you in there to see, but there is an arrow going in. So I'm going to plug it in real quick, and we're going to see if water shoots out down there. Yes, it does. Okay, so we're getting water. Hopefully you caught that. We're getting water to it, but we're not getting water out of it. So our next test will be, I'm going to tip it back up, see if we can get, let me back you, I got you zoomed in, let me zoom you out. Back here a minute so I can put this thing up again. Yep, we're unplugged. And let's see if we can get, hopefully I didn't lose where you're at. Yeah, I did. Try to keep you in the frame here. Alright, so we're still working right here. We're going to take the outlet side off. What the heck size is that one? Let's try a 16. Looks bigger than that. Let's try a 17. Back off. Whoa. Ah, come on. Give me a little more room. Let me take the water tray out of it. That should free a little more room. There we go. Okay, so that is off. Let's see if we get, let's plug this other one back in. And we're going to see if it goes through the flow meter and out the other side. What the heck size is that, guys? Is that a 14? I can't remember. No, 13. Okay, so we've got that off. That's a 13. Let's lay it back down. We'll plug it back in. Put the water tray back in. See if we get any water shooting out the other side. And if we don't, we could have a blockage on the inside, which means, oh geez, I'm going to have to take this thing apart. Because I honestly just don't see, you can see, I don't know how well you can see down in there. There's only 2 Allens holding it in back in the back. Obviously electrical connections. I ain't too worried about those. But getting to them is going to be difficult. Now if I take this whole tray assembly off right here, it goes up under there. I may be able to, oh, I don't know. I may be able to get in there. Well, let's plug it in, see if it shoots any water out of the flow meter. Let me get our light situated here so we can see a little bit better. Hopefully you can see. I've got that top of that. Let's see if I can zoom you in here. Okay, see that big fat nut right in the center of the view? That's where we're looking at. That's what's unplugged. And I'm not getting anything out. No, it's coming out. Great. So do we have a plug somewhere else? Or did we get it unplugged? Did it just have a speck of something in it? Let's find out. Probably gonna have to let that thing heat up though. Ooh. Okay, so we got it turned back on. Zoom you out. Yep, zoom in. That's the fitting right there. That's the outlet side. Alright, so we're still not getting anything. Well, we'll let it heat up. Maybe it'll blow it out. As it goes, looking down in here, it comes up, it goes into a T, and then down to I don't know. I may need to look and see about taking the back of this thing off too, so I can see inside here better and trace where that's going. There are some connections up in here, water connections, and I can't quite tell where they're going. So bear with me, I'm looking up in here. See that water line there. It comes out, goes to there. Okay, that's where the water's being pumped in. Yeah, I have to try to. We'll just let it heat up. It doesn't take too long to heat up, so. So while we're waiting for that, we'll drop some beans, because that's what I'm getting ready to do. Hopefully I won't be in your way when I'm doing this. That way you're not entirely bored. Maybe I'll bring you back over when I drop the beans. But we're still heating up. I'll probably end up dropping those beans before yeah, don't have enough for hot water yet. We're getting there though. We're at 93. I heard a sputter. I probably just had air in there. Well, but are we really getting water out of it? The only way to tell, we tip it back up and take that fitting back off there. Because we know we're getting water into it. Yeah, we still got nothing. Bummer. Alright, well, like I said, we can tip it back up. Take that fitting right there back off. Nothing's definitely, I don't even. Alright. Let's go over here. I gotta do my beans here in a moment. We're at 445. We're getting pretty close. He's standing there looking into space. There you go. Oh, I'm doing espresso, by the way. So back to that machine, if it's coming in, is it going back out of it? I'd like to really be able to trace where that's going. Alright, so that excitement's over with, guys. Let's go back into here. Okay, let me get you down here. Let me see if I can get to that. Get that water in the way. That's hot. Okay, so that is back off. We've got that line disconnected again. And let's see, when we run a shot, if it throws a bunch of water out, and it does. Okay, so we have the flow meter. I'm going to unplug it. The flow meter is not plugged. So it is coming out of there, and I need to let this sucker cool down because that's hot. Whoa, that's hot. Okay, so we're going into the flow meter, we're going out of the flow meter. But that line is the one I'm having a problem tracing. And it goes up to, well, once I find exactly where it's going, guys, I'll show you. So now we've got this one here. And that's coming up, going around. It looks like it's going straight to the groove. it does curve. And it is. It's going right into the back of the group head. So let me show you. It looks like, I'm not 100% certain yet. See that fitting right there to the right of the screen, to the right of that back housing of the group head. That's what looks like where that's going. So I could take that off once this thing cools down because it is mighty freaking hot. You know, and turn it back on and see if we've just got to plug in the line somewhere. So I'll have to bring you back, guys, because I got to let this thing cool down. It's too hot to reach inside there and mess with it. So I will be back. All right, guys. I'm just going to do another quickie test here. I did, of course, you've seen we checked the flow meter. It's working good in and out. There is on these HXs, I'm guessing, like I said, I don't have a whole lot of experience with these things, but there is a fitting that goes up here to the back of the group head, and I'm kind of wondering if this has maybe got a plug in it. I really should have grabbed a pair of needle nose pliers. See if I can move that fitting out of the way. I know you guys are not going to be able to see down here. My tripod does not go tall enough, and I'm going to plug this thing in real quick, and I can't hold you and plug it in and look down here at the same time to see if water is making it up to the back of this group head. And I've got to do this quick because I don't want water shooting all over in the electronics that are in here. Okay, I've seen no water. Let's run the shot button. Interesting. That tube goes down to the outlet side of the flow meter. So, and we did see yesterday that the flow meter was outputting water. So is that line just plugged? I don't know if I can take, well, I can take it off, but can I fish it out? Interesting. Let's unplug this. Let's go. I don't know if you're seeing. Yeah. I don't know if I'll be able to get that off. I don't know if I'll be able to take it out. That's the question. Yeah, I did. All right, let's see here. That is not plugged. Okay. Let me... I wish I had like a cookie sheet, you know, that I could put up under here. Let me see if I got a cookie sheet. Hold on a minute. All right, I grabbed a cookie sheet. Let's see what this thing's gonna do. Okay, well, it's just heating up at the moment. So if we run a shot, nothing. Okay, let's, how much water we got? Yeah, we're good on water. Okay, well, we're heating up. So I'll pause you while this thing heats and bring you back and see if we're getting any flow again out of the flow meter. Guys, we determined that this is not plugged. Now, I cannot, let's see here if I can see down that boiler, which you're not going to be able to see. Does it have water in it? That's the question. I need a pick that is straight. I think there's water in there. I can't tell. Looks like there is. Yeah, there is water. There's water sitting inside. Here, I'll show you. That I can show you. This boiler right there, there is water sitting inside there. Okay, so we're getting water, possibly, to that point, which I probably ought to put that tube back on there because it may, as it's heating up, try to shoot out of the top of there. So now we're, are we making progress? Well, I kind of think so. If we're getting water to the back of this little boiler, so it's got to be then something in the group head. We got a couple screws up here. If I take that off, I'm going to have to disconnect the electronics. But I'm guessing we got a plug somewhere then inside of the group head. Possibly. No guarantees. But I see steam coming out of that hole. Okay, since we've got a little pressure, let's see if we get anything. Okay, so the boiler's off. And we don't have anything coming through the flow meter now. I could have swore, I'll have to look back, but I could have swore we had water coming out of the flow meter. Let's see here. That thing's empty, I think. It was getting hot. There's water sitting down in there. Oh, I'll bet you that thing is plugged. Somewhere inside there, it's plugged. That's going to start bubbling out. Yeah. Okay, let's unplug her. Go back to our original assessment of this flow meter, which I think got to be plugged. I'm not going to leave that tube off for now. Let me move you back over here and see if you're seeing down inside there. Yeah, because the flow meter's right there. Let's see if we can get our handy dandy prop up device. What was that, 13? Be nice if that other one didn't freaking move. But it does. Was that a 17? I can't remember. Short-term memory. Yeah, 17. No, it wasn't 17. Was it a 16? Let's go with a 16. See what that does. So we got a 16 and a 13. So I can park that thing out of the way. There we go. Let's take that back off. Oh, by the way, happy Thanksgiving. Of course, it won't be Thanksgiving by the time you guys see this, but it's Thanksgiving today while I'm doing this. Okay, filter blows clean. Let me see if I can fish that out. There is a spring inside here. Come on. So we have a spring that sits on the inside here like so. Take a look inside there. Well, I don't see no plug, but that doesn't mean it ain't plugged. I don't know if that's going to work or even be long enough. And I can't see down. Looking down inside the outlet. Trying to see down inside the outlet. Can't really see anything. Okay, so let me see. That orifice inside there is pretty small, and it's possible that this is too big. That or the flow meter is not working properly. There are, no, I should be able to take that out. There are two screws at the bottom. And then there are 1, 2, 2 that I can see electrical connections. Problem is, one electrical connection might be kind of tricky to get to. Let's see if I can loosen this thing up. And at least take it out. Or see if we can take it out. Wait a minute, that wasn't connected to that. Okay. Flow meter. So remember that goes like that. Yeah, if you can see it, my hand in the way there. Can you see that? The cable goes towards the fittings. May have to apply. Yes, power has to be applied to this in order to get it to open. However, I say however, that's the top of it you're looking at. Let me round up an Allen wrench and we'll pop the top off and take a gander inside. So hold on a sec. Alright, well, FYI, this Geicar flow meter is a 3-prong, as you can see. So we can disregard the previous thing about noting excuse me, the wire location. Alright, so let's open this puppy up and see if we have a smoking gun as to why. If hopefully it's plugged. Let's hope. Because if not, if not, what else could it be? Well, could be the Parker solenoid not working. That's a possibility. I don't think any of those parts are really too terribly expensive. Not on Espresso parts. Obviously, I would not go to their website and buy this stuff because it would be stupid expensive. Well, that does not... There is water in there. Let me dump the water out. You can see inside there. That looks good. However, let's take our handy dandy little tool here, put it through. I may need something smaller. I cannot blow through that. And I should. Now that that is off, I should be able to blow through that. Okay, stand by. Let me see if I can find something small enough to put through here. Alright, perfect tool. These are for motorcycle carburetors to clean out the jets. So let's find one here that we think is appropriate size. Oh, hopefully you can see on the end of this thing here the clump of calcium. Okay, so let's go up a little bit bigger, hole size. This had calcium plugging the hole. Okay, so that one's too big. Let's find one that's a good size. That'll clean out that hole good. Too big. Okay, so that's going through. Oh, and yeah, and it's spinning the fan good now. Okay, so the exhaust side, output side is not plugged. Okay, guys, I think we found our issue. Let's put this back together. I mean, when you think about these machines, aside from the electronics, you know, if it ain't plugged, which is typically the case, if by chance it is not plugged, then, I mean, as far as water goes, you have your pump, you know, that pulls in the water from the tank, you know, or your direct plumb water line. And if that's working, then that leaves you your Parker solenoids, which control, it's a magnetic thing. They control the flow of water. They're one-way, typically one-way valves. So that could be the other issue. I mean, you can have other things, you know, like your water's not heating, which would just be could be your thermostat, or your temperature probe. Okay, now this is going to be fun, trying to line these holes back up. I'm going to have to guess this. I see that. Because I can't see these holes, guys. Am I even hitting it? Probably not. I ain't gonna be that lucky, am I? I don't think so. No. I can't. Sorry, I can't see up in there. I think I got that one. Where's the other one? Put the washer back on it. I know, my big head's in the way. I'm sorry. Well, you got so much room to work with here, guys. Okay, I got that one in. Let's tighten it down. And I remember I got to put that tube back up. Okay, that's on. That's on. We have this tube right here. See if I can snake this back up through here. Tell you what, let's go ahead and get these on while I'm here.
Come on. Trying to get this thing threaded back in here.
Okay, got it going. I'm just putting that adapter back on. What did I say I was it a 15? No, it was a 16. Okay, that's on. Put our inlet tube back on. I think it might be easier to put that outlet tube on once we... That was a 13. Where did my 13 go? Okay. There's 12. Hey guys, what did I do with my 13? There it is. Thanks. All right, that's on good and tight. Let's put this back down. Got our flashlight stuck under there. Okay, I'm gonna come over here to this side. See if we can run this back up through here. Actually, yeah. And that it sucks is that has got to be up there. Otherwise, you'll never get that nut. Yeah, there ain't a whole lot of room in here, guys. I'll tell you that right now. That is gonna go down into there because there's more copper tubing up here that is in the way. Come on. There we go. I think I got it in position. Well, kind of, sort of. Just got to straighten it up. Come on, get lined up. What am I hitting? Oh, crap. Hitting that. There's a splitter back here. Don't you even fall back down, Mary. I swear, people really should have been made like octopus with multiple appendages. I think that's on there. Yeah. I'll come back around and tighten that up in a minute. Let's put this back up on its side. Sorry if you don't have like the ideal viewing. It's really close, tight quarters in here. Okay, so that one's on. Was that a 16? Apparently not. That must have been the 17. Okay, that's tight. We're back down. Let's get this top one tightened down. Then we'll be ready to fire this puppy back up. That must be a 17.2. I'll show you here in a sec what I was, unless I already showed you. But I'll show you again for good measure, just in case I didn't show you. Let's get my cookie sheet out and put that somewhere. And we're sitting on, what are we sitting on? Are we sitting on the table? We're on the table. Okay, let's go up here. Okay, so this right here is, what is that for? Is that? No. Where did that water line come out at? So we've got your steam wand right there. You've got your hot water dispenser right there. I believe this one was the feed line. I know one of these here, these go to your gauges. Back. You just can't really see. Anyway, let's plug it in. Right. I don't know if you can see it. Right there. That fitting right there. That's your inlet tube to your boiler, your group head boiler that comes out of your flow meter, which is what we've just been messing with. So remember that, and let me put this over here. I think we're good for water. I could put a smidge more in there. She did leave her portafilter here, so I'll go ahead and put a little more in. I don't know if we'll get to running the shots tonight, but I can get it all buttoned back up, and then we can test it running some shots. Because I still got to screw a couple of things back on. Mainly this. I got to put the screws back in for this. I got to put the screen back on for the group head. Are we in? I think we're in. Okay, let's plug it in. And we're not doing anything because we're just heating up at the moment. But will it dispense any water? Look at that, guys. See that? We got water. Isn't that impressive? All right. Well, while I'm standing here with you guys, we can go ahead and put, I think that was an 8. I think. We'll go ahead and screw that back on. No, that was, what size was that one underneath there? Those were 7s. So it was either an 8, and I'm missing a socket, so did I take it off and leave it lying? Probably. It must have been an 8. And what did I do with my 8mm socket, guys? I've said it here somewhere. Jeez, I swear I'd lose my freaking head. What did I do with the 8 mil? So we're still heating up. So while we're heating up, and you guys are anxiously awaiting to see if this thing works, what did I do with my 8 mil socket, guys? Did I go use it on the motorcycle? Because I'm working on both at the same time. I don't think I did. I don't think I dropped it on the floor. Okay, guys, I'm puzzled. I'll put it somewhere. I don't know where. I don't see it laying under there. I don't see it laying in there. Okay. Well, let me pause you while I find my socket. I'll be right back. Yes, indeedy. Here it is. I had it over by the motorcycle. I was working on something with it. Multitasking, I tell you guys. Multitasking. Wait a minute, is that it? Yeah, that's an 8. Okay, so we got that back in. I don't know if that's Cavisa. It's dried up. So let's see. Yeah, I know. I got to put all the side covers and everything back on. Oh, is it going to fit under there? Can you see? Can you see good? Why am I not getting anything out of this portafilter? Is it plugged? Well, we're getting stuff out of it. Kinda. You know what? I wonder if she's got that. She's got a blind filter in here. Well, let's take that back out. For those who don't know, that's a blind filter for back flushing. Let's put the proper one in here. Ooh. What the heck? That is supposed to go down there and stay down in there. There, we're together. Oh, that side keeps getting me. Let's see what we got. Look at that, guys. Problem is fixed. Well, hot diggity. I don't know how she has this thing programmed, so do we have hot water? Yes, we do. Let me get my fat arm out of the way. We got hot water. And do we have steam? Let's let that thing fill back up. We have got steam. A little bit. Let's give it a sec. Now, I know there's nothing wrong with the steam, but yeah, I'm not doing a review on this thing, but that's really I don't know, maybe it's good. You know, I'll have to come out here and make me a freaking caramel macchiato with it and see how she performs. But no, problem's fixed. So now all I've got to do is button everything back up. Put the face panel back on, the top pieces back on. I'm not going to bore you with that. Anybody can take out screws. So, but yeah, we are. Let me dump this real quick because it's full. Okay, so we got no leakage. I did look underneath it, and we are not dripping anything. We're not losing anything. Oh, I still got to put those these two screws right here. They go up under that center plate there. I got to put those back in. But yeah, we are running our shots, or we're running fluid, water. That's working just fine. So yeah, what I'll do is I'll get this thing put all back together, and I will bring you guys back. I will have to grind up some espresso in the house. I can try to do it on my Bun commercial grinder, but it usually doesn't do espresso too well. And bring you back. So I'll bring you back here shortly. Kind of give you an overview with everything put back on it. Show you what it looks like. And we'll take it from there. So I'll be back in a minute. Alright folks. Well, I was going to run some shots through this thing. Wrap this up. However, I do not have a tamper. So it runs the water. That's fine. I know it works fine. So anyway, there you go. A La Spaziale Series, a Lucca Series S1. More likely, if you got one, you pick one up. These little suckers aren't cheap, man. I think brand new they're over $2 grand. Whatever. But anyway, there you go. That's how you kind of troubleshoot one and fix one. You know, I know in the beginning we looked at this and kind of ruled out the flow meter, which I suspected it was a flow meter all along, but it was showing water coming in. And if you remember, we ran a test and we showed water coming out. So I'm guessing it was probably almost plugged completely. I don't know, and then plugged. It still don't make no sense, but anyway, we know that's what the problem was. The inlet side was plugged up. So if you get one of these, grab yourself a pair of cheapy on Amazon carburetor jet cleaning out little pieces of their wire, and that worked great for cleaning that out. So anyway, thanks for hanging out. Got this thing working again, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Have a good one.